If your pantry looks anything like this, you are in the right place because it can look like this, and I am going to show you exactly how we got here. Hi, I'm Jules, and when I'm not traveling the world, I'm busy making my home a little bit more beautiful and organized. Go back to the very beginning, and I mean the true before, when we first moved in and there was no structure, no system, no logic, this stuff existing in the space. As a quick fix, I brought in some baskets and lazy Susans I already had from my previous home, which helped a little, but the space was still far from maximized. The baskets were overflowing, products were spilling out over the edges, and somehow a baby feeding chair had taken up permanent residence in prime pantry real estate. Our niece only visits a few times a year. The chair did not need to live here. We started the overhaul the right way by removing absolutely everything from the pantry. You cannot build a new system on top of an old one. You have to start from zero. After clearing out the pantry, we headed to Lowe's to get some wood for the new shelving that we were put in the pantry. First, my husband got to work on the pantry doors, and this single update, replacing a solid door with a glass panel one, made an immediate difference and dramatic difference in the appeal of the space before a single shelf was even touched. We also added a wallpaper inside the pantry. This was a peel and stick wallpaper, which was relatively easy to put up, and it instantly added warmth, personality, and a boutique feel. Then my husband got to work on the custom shelving while I organized all the pantry goods out in our dining room, categorizing everything, purging what we didn't need, and thinking through exactly what the new system would look like. The shelves turned out great. A key piece of any well-organized pantry is proper jars and storage containers. When everything lives in matching, clearly labeled vessels, your pantry looks cohesive and it functions better. I use these glass jars with corkscrew tops to store seeds, grains, and dry goods, and the difference between those and whatever packaging they came in is night and day. I also added motion sensor LED lights inside the pantry, and I love how everything is visible all the time. This corner brought me so much joy to set up. I'm a serious loose leaf tea drinker, and finally being able to display my collection properly in these glass jars on a wooden lazy Susan felt like giving that part of my life the home it deserves. Functional and beautiful, that is always the goal. I also swapped out the wicker baskets for these storage bins from Hobby Lobby, and the difference in how the pantry reads is significant. I love how the bins are clean and cohesive. At this point, I was genuinely proud of how the pantry turned out. It was a massive improvement from where we started, but then came the real test. How does the system hold up over time? This is the pantry 2 years later, and honestly, it's not bad. The bones are still there. The glass jars are still beautifully working. My tea collection is still thriving. The core system held up. But over time, I started to notice the gaps. The dry fruits and nuts had no real home. Some of the trays were just not optimizing the space they occupied, and the overflow system was not as intentional as it needed to be. A good system is not just one that works on day one. It is one that evolves with how you actually live, and it was time for this one to evolve. You know what that means. We are doing it again. Everything came out of the pantry and onto the island, organized by product type, so I could see exactly what we had and what we needed and what needed a better home. I picked up additional containers because the system needed more consistency throughout. And I had just gotten back from a Costco run, which meant it was the perfect moment to reorganize everything at once. Make sure you check your expiration dates. This is November 2025. Goodness, October 2025. Jeez. Sometimes things don't have an expiration date. So in that case, I'm just gonna throw it out because I just don't want to play a guessing game. And I know it's at least been a year since I've had this. So also my fiance is very strict about expiration dates as well. Lazy Susans are a pantry essential. I love mine. It really should be called Smart Susans because Lazy Susans are out here making us work smarter, not harder. Now we're up to the part I'm really excited about, creating a trail mix station in my pantry. Is this gonna make it look so much better, be more accessible? So I'm really looking forward to this. I used to buy pre-packaged trail mix and snack bags constantly. It was convenient in the moment, but it's expensive over time and it's full of preservatives and added sugar that I did not need. So I made a change and now I buy raw nuts, seeds, and dried fruits in bulk, and I mix my own combinations depending on what I'm craving this week. It's cheaper, it's healthier, and watching these ingredients go into their own labeled glass jars and come together as a proper station in my pantry, it makes me so happy every time I open the door. It's a small habit shift, but a big lifestyle upgrade. Pantry labels are not optional. They are the finishing detail that makes the system actually work long term. This time I also added expiration dates to my labels, and I cannot recommend this enough. When everything is decanted into a matching container, you lose the original packaging, and with that, the expiration date. So writing it directly on the label means nothing in the pantry is a mystery. You always know what is fresh and what needs to be used ASAP and what needs to be replaced. It is a small detail that makes the whole system more trustworthy. I also took the time to replenish my tea collection with a few of my favorites. And then everything went back in its place, every container in its section, every category with the home. The trail mix station was fully stocked, the tea collection replenished and displayed, the canned goods spinning around beautifully on their Lazy Susan, the overflow tucked neatly into lidded bins for when we inevitably overbuy at Costco. 2 years later, this pantry is not just better than we started, it's better than it's ever been. Because the best systems are not the ones that are perfect on day one, they're the ones that you actually live in, learn from, and keep on making better. That is the full pantry journey, and it's a space that makes me so happy every time I open up that door. As a reminder, we started here and we are now here, and here's how you can transform your pantry in 5 steps. Step 1, empty everything out. You cannot build a new system on top of an old one. Start from zero and purge what does not belong. Step 2, upgrade the structure. A glass door, custom shelving, and wallpaper turn the pantry into a design space. Invest in the bones first. Step 3, decant and contain. Glass jars, matching storage bins, and Lazy Susans create cohesion and make everything visible and accessible. Step 4, label everything, including expiration dates. Labels make the system sustainable. Without them, even a beautiful pantry devolves back into chaos. Step 5, revisit and evolve. The best pantry systems is not one that's perfect on day one. It's the one that you live in, learn from, and keep on improving. Thank you so much for watching. If you took even one thing away from this video that you plan on implementing in your pantry, please let me know below. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.